Volunteerism is a form of advocacy. To me, I think that it's a great way to help an organization expand its capacity. So to me, volunteerism is the greatest form of advocacy because it puts your feet to your passion.
My first memory of volunteering is during the pandemic. Yeah, I signed up to be a greeter. Not really understanding the whole aspect of it, but I realized that I was greeting potential COVID patients. It was some concerns there. After the first week, I'm like, what did I get myself into? But the staff, the doctors, the nurses, everyone made it so comfortable, so safe. The area was very clean. I had all my PPs. I was equipped. I was ready. And then at that time, the public, they needed someone to smile. And so I was comfortable. After the first week, everyone made me comfortable.
Well, I think the reason why the community takes that risk because of the level of risk management Howard Brown, does ahead of time, before events, before any large-scale opportunity that we produced throughout the height of the pandemic. So I'm really grateful of how the community trusts us, how the community showed up throughout the pandemic. We had over 2,432, I believe, volunteer hours in regards to just our vaccine events, when we did our immunity relay for our vaccine events. So volunteers showed up in a huge way, throughout the onset of the pandemic, and they're still showing up today in a great way.
Because it's awesome. I always admired the organization, and I had thought about it. Well, to be honest, when I first moved back, I didn't realize that the original location was closed, which is where I used to shop in my 20s, and there were all these different locations. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I wanted to, if I was going to volunteer, that I wanted it to make a difference. I wanted to make sure that my efforts were going to actually help somebody else. And I could have done a food pantry or whatever this. I checked out Howard Brown just to see, and that's when I really learned even more about it. I don't feel like I had a clue back in the day. I just saw this place got some really cool stuff, and I knew the money went to a good cause, but I didn't, I probably wasn't paying attention. I would just go there, and I just love the fact, like, every little cog makes the mission go forward. And so I'm like one of your cogs.
What inspires me to volunteer is that I have a lot to give away. I have a lot of love to give away. I enjoy smiling, I enjoy listening, and I enjoy learning, and I enjoy just being in a community where it's so diverse. And yeah.
Well, I think it's that paying it forward. And I think, I'd said it earlier, it's, what it's like I said, one person can make all the difference in the world. And it means a great deal to me because I feel like I'm actually contributing as opposed to taking. Although I do spend a lot of money there. Well, I can't help it. There's really good stuff. But it means a lot. It does mean a lot. And I love the customers, the regular people who come in all the time. And I've made friends with a couple of the regular customers who come in, and they come in on Sundays, so we can just kibitz a little bit. And yeah, it's just been like this. It's just cool. I mean, just to not sound terribly intellectual, it's a very cool experience.
For any nonprofit, they need to realize that when a volunteer shows up, it is the proof in the pudding, for lack of a better word, that the community is invested in the work that you're doing. They could be any other place, but they chose to come and give their time to us. And that is one of the greatest gifts that anyone has, is their time. So how we appreciate them, how we recognize them, how we involve them, how we create meaningful, volunteer opportunities is important for every organization. And we're definitely making sure that we prioritize how we engage our volunteers at Howard Brown.